Well, of course, we cannot influence the hurricanes, and so we're not. No matter how much we learn about them, we don't believe that we're certainly not in the business of figuring out how to influence them. So what we're trying to do is to be better prepared when they do hit an area that's of concern, either a landfall region or even assets out at sea that might be damaged by a hurricane, ships, oil rigs, and so forth. So what we want to do is to be able to better predict the development of the storms and where within a storm is going to have the highest wind, for example. Things like that might determine things like the storm surge, that is the flooding that's going to occur as the winds push the water ahead of it or drag the water along and cause flooding. GRIP stands for Genesis and Rapid Intensification Processes Experiment, GRIP. Genesis means the development of storms from a fairly unorganized region of convection, that is storms, small-scale storms that get organized into a hurricane or the predecessor for a hurricane, a tropical storm, a named tropical storm. Rapid intensification is a phenomenon that's been observed that where hurricanes intensify very quickly. I mean, just like the name says, rapid intensification. And those processes are not well understood, as exemplified by the fact that we have a hard time predicting that rapid intensification. With GRIP, we have 3 aircraft, and on those aircraft we have several instruments, 14 in all. So each aircraft has several instruments. The instruments are a variety of techniques. They use a variety of techniques, and they measure a variety of variables that are important to understand the tropical storms, both for the purpose of understanding as well as predicting. So some of the instruments are going to measure the winds, some are going to measure the rainfall, some are going to measure details about the cloud and rainfall particles within the air. Others are going to measure the environment around the storm. Some things that we think are important, for example, are the presence of aerosols or dust particles, which actually can influence the storm in a couple of different ways. The time frame for GRIP will occur right in the middle of the expected hurricane season, right during the predicted highest level of activity. And this hurricane season is predicted to be a very active hurricane season. Experience tells us that those predictions are not accurate to 100%, even to that qualitative level that I just spoke at. But in any case, we expect that we'll conduct GRIP during about the middle of August through late September. We'll be collecting data during that time. During that time, many of us will be able to look at some data from our instruments on a daily basis and pass that along to the rest of the scientific team. And that data will help guide us sometimes to what we're going to do next. But most of the data analysis will be done after the flight. And it'll be a matter of weeks or even months by the time all of the data is analyzed and quality controlled and put into data sets that are available for the scientific community. The science that can be done with those data sets, some of it can be done very, very quickly. Every once in a while you see something out of a data set right away, and you can write a paper and everybody's astounded by what you've learned. Other times, though, and usually the case is it can take months or years to get all that you can from a data set and really discover what the value of various aspects of it are. The thing about rapid intensification is that it's so important to know how intense the storms are when they hit land. So if we have a rapid intensification event occur just prior to landfall, then we can all be surprised as far as being ready for the storm, having people out of the way and assets closed up, stores boarded up, and so forth. So what we need to do is to better understand that process so that we can better predict it.